Good afternoon or evening, depending on your time zone, and welcome to Deck Tech Daily. If you're new to Magic the Gathering Arena or need a little bit of guidance, then this is the channel for you. Today we're looking at an Omniscience deck in the standard format, best of one. Omniscience being this card, you may cast spells from your hand without paying their mana costs. So basically, once you get this enchantment in play, all the other cards in your deck are free to play from here on out. So you should be able to pull off a combo which will guarantee your victory in every match, assuming you can get Omniscience out. Now the issue? It's 10 mana in order to play Omniscience, which is extremely expensive, but I'm going to demonstrate a loophole in order to get around that 10 mana cost. Also take note, this card is from the Foundation set. For those not familiar, the standard format rotates out every fall, meaning the sets that are 2 years or older, once the fall hits, will be taking out a standard format. It's designed so that only the newest Magic the Gathering sets are active in standard. There is one exception though, the Foundation set. This is done so that new players don't have to worry about investing a bunch of money in cards just for them to rotate out, a few months later once the fall hits. So if you're worried about investing your wild cards, your mythics and rares into any set, definitely do the Foundation set, because Foundations is going to remain active and standard for who knows how long, at least until 2029, Wizards of the Coast said. It might be longer. So let's take note of that, and let's take a closer look at the deck. So this card right here, Kona, Rescue Beastie. At the beginning of your second main phase, if Kona is tapped, you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. The card we're obviously going to put out is Omniscience. Now, once that's out, then we're going to pull off a combo involving this card right here, Corroding Dragonstorm. When this enchantment enters, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. Okay, the dragon that's going to be entering is this one right here, Marang. Whenever this creature enters, return up to 2 other target non-land permanents to their owner's hand. Okay, so basically, once you get Omniscience out, you want to play, everything is free from then on out. So you want to have Corroding Dragonstorm and 2 Marang. So basically, you're going to play Marang, it's going to bounce the Corroding Dragonstorm back, and then you're going to play that. You'll gain 2 life, your opponent will lose 2 life, and then you'll play your second Marang, and you'll bounce the original Marang and the Corroding Dragonstorm back. Then you'll play Dragonstorm again, your opponent will lose 2 life, and then you'll play the original Marang, bounce the other Marang and the Dragonstorm back, and then just repeat that cycle until your opponent's life points go to 0. Simple enough. So let's look at some of the 1-drops. Unsummon. Return target creature to its owner's hand. This is just in case you're playing against an aggro deck or something and your opponent's throwing creatures at you really fast. You can use this to defend yourself. Gene Pollinator. Tap an untapped permanent you control. Add 1 mana of any color. A permanent is your enchantments as well. It doesn't have to be a creature. Like you can tap Corroding Dragonstorm, or you can tap Roiling Dragonstorm. Or you can tap Kona, because remember, this card has to be tapped at the beginning of your second main phase in order for its effect to activate. It's also because you have cards like this, Snakeskin Veil. The main thing about this deck, which is kind of a weakness, if something happens to Kona, you're pretty much screwed and you're basically guaranteed to lose the match. So basically, you want to have it so that you can play Kona and either all of your opponent's mana is tapped, or you have at least 1 mana so that you can Snakeskin Veil and protect the Kona. Because almost all the decks nowadays have some type of removal, whether it be a Get Lost or a burn spell like a Lightning Helix. So you want some way to protect Kona. And another way you can tap Kona is with the Planet Lands, Evendu, for the station. You can tap a creature you control. A couple other planets here. Susur is a black mana, and Uthros is for the blue mana. Also, keep in mind there's 3 colors, blue, green, and black. So I have a couple of Opulent Palaces in here. It enters tapped and it's good for swamp, forest, and island. 3 multiversal passages, starting town, because you want your mana to be as diverse as possible, because this is technically a 3-color deck. Some more draw power, obviously. Consult the star charts. Corroding Dragonstorm. When this enchantment enters, draw 2 cards and discard a card. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. Obviously, if you got the Marang combo going on, this one will bounce back to your hand, and then you can play it again to draw more cards, just in case you're digging for this card, Corroding Dragonstorm, because there's only 2 in the deck. I figure by the time, once you get Omniscience out, and everything's free, you have so much draw power, such as Marang's instant ability, draw 3 cards and discard a card. You have stock up, look at the top 5 cards of your library, put 2 of them into your hand. Consult the star charts, obviously, Corroding Dragonstorm, all for drawing. So basically, like I said, just worry about getting Kona and Omniscience out, and then we'll go from there on out. 23 lands to be specific. Let's see how this deck goes. Match 1, Omniscience. So we get to go first. Okay. 3 lands, a Corroding Dragonstorm, stock up, Marang, Omniscience. I do like this hand, I shall keep. Obviously, you want to begin off with the card that it's mandatory for it to enter tapped. So I'm definitely going to begin off with Opulent Palace. Plus, this is either swamp, forest, or island. So like all of my different color costs in this deck are now covered once I play this. So that definitely comes out first, the Opulent Palace. Now let's see what type of deck we're playing against. Okay, so they got red. I'm gonna guess it's an aggro deck. It might be a VV Cauldron deck. This card's very common in that deck. Okay, so starting town enters tapped unless it's the first, second, or third turn of the game. So I'm probably going to get that out next. And then I'm going to draw some cards with Corroding Dragonstorm. Okay. I definitely need a planet land, so when I do play Kona, I'm able to tap it the same turn it comes in. I have an island here. I have 3 lands. I'm probably going to get rid of this one, the Vendu. Because I want to save my Bitter Triumph as removal, just in case my opponent plays something like Vivi. I want to make sure I get rid of that as soon as possible. Yeah, blue and red, like Marauding Mago. This has to be a VV Cauldron deck. So swing for 1, that's fine. We can survive a few hits. Oh, he didn't play... Okay, well, I need to hurry and get the Uthros out. I wish I could play stock up this turn so I can hurry and draw for Coma, but I guess I'm going to have to wait one more turn. One thing I think might improve this deck is field wipes. Like cards that, just wipe out, all the creatures on the field. Like that might be the one way to possibly improve this deck. It's just I'm not sure how to include it without, taking away some of the cards like stock up, which eliminate the draw power in this deck. Draw 3 cards and discard 2. Yeah, this is definitely a VV deck. Let's see what he discards. Because, he's still going to need 2 lands. So, yeah, he's buffing his Marauding Mako, because every time it discards, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. Should I just get rid of it now? I can pay the 3 life. You know what? Yeah, he's just going to keep boosting that. So, because I know he's going to play more discard cards next turn. So I'm just going to... I don't really want to discard anything. So I'm going to pay the 3 life. Just get rid of the Mako. Okay. Now, I'm going to play the breeding pool. I'll have it intertapped. And then stock up. Now, still no coma. That's one problem. I'll take another stock up and a snakeskin veil for protection. Another possible improvement is a card where you can search out coma. There is a white spacecraft vehicle that I know that's able to do that. I forget its name, but it's 2 white and a colorless in order to play it. You know, that's one way to... So that way you can just search coma. So yeah, fear of missing out when this enters, discard a card, then draw. Well, he played a second Marauding Mako, as I knew he would, but it can't attack this turn, so... Okay. So... I'm debating if I should play stock up or just... You know what, like, I'm going to save stock up and just hope that I can get coma on the... with Marang's Omen ability to draw 3 cards and discard a card. So that way, once I get Omniscience out, then I can just play stock up and start digging for... more Marangs. I already have things like Unsummon, which can protect me. I have Corroding Dragonstorm. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to, yeah, pass to my opponent. And I have 5 mana, so I can play Marang's Omen and Unsummon, just in case I need it. Because keep in mind, Marang's Omen is a 4 cost. However, it does have to shuffle into the deck after I play it. But that's fine. You know, we'll find it again once we get Omniscience out. Then we can start digging. Rolling Dragonstorm will come back to our hand, and we can draw more cards that way. Our opponent is hesitating, it seems. He must really be thinking. Let's look at his graveyard. Yeah, nothing in there that's good for like a VV Cauldron deck. That's why he must not be drawing the cards he needs. Yeah, he keeps digging. You know, digging being, you know, like drawing cards and like either discarding them, drawing more cards, just trying to find a specific card in order to pull off the combo he's trying to do. Discard a Braid, lands. So yeah, his Mako will get the +1 counters, because every time you discard 1 or more, it gets a counter. Okay. Yeah, so Fear of Missing Out, once there's 4 or more different card types in the graveyard, its ability triggers where it can have 1 creature attack, untap it, and then it can attack again. So he's choosing his Marauding Mako. So I'm going to unsummon that, because at 4 attack, if it attacks twice, that's 8 damage to me, which I do not want, obviously. He has 1 untapped mana. Yeah, he's got nothing to protect it. So, Fear of Missing Out will swing for 2, which is fine. So yeah, he's bringing the Maker back out. Mako, however you pronounce it. So before he passes to my turn, now I'm going to activate the Omen ability of Marang. Draw 3 cards. Discard. Okay, I don't need a second Omniscience, so I'm definitely going to discard that one. Ugh. Okay, this... I am not drawing the card I need. This is not looking good. I have 5. Let's see. Well, I'm going to play a stock up. Still no... What is going on? I can bring 2 to my hand. Okay, so I guess I'll bring Marang. Gonna have Breeding Pool intertapped, so to save my life. And... okay. So I'm going to pass to my opponent. And then I'm going to activate Consult the Star Charts. I have 6 lands now, so I'll be able to draw the top 6 cards of my deck. And hopefully there's a Kona on them. And that way next turn I can play Kona. And I have the Snakeskin Veil to protect it. I can tap it using my Planet Land. Then I can get Omniscience out. And then I can go from there. Okay. So Steam's... let me resolve that. Steam Core Scholar, yeah, draw 2 cards and discard. Yeah, he's going to boost his Mako. And then he's going to use Fear of Missing Out, so that way he can attack twice. So hopefully we can survive this turn, because I'm confident. There's about 40 cards, so I'll draw 1 card and look at the top 6 cards. One of them has to be a Kona. Statistically, there's 4 of them in my deck, so statistically, at least 1 Kona should be on the top half of my deck. If not, then you know Wizards of the Coast rigged this game against us. So 2, 4, 6... Okay, so a second Fear of Missing Out. So, yeah, he's going to draw and discard, so his Mako will go up to 3. Okay. Now he has no more mana left, so I'm assuming he's going to attack now. Scholar entered, so it has Summoning Sickness still. Okay. So yeah, they will attack, and now his Mako gets to attack a second time because of Fear of Missing Out's ability. Yeah, that's fine. We'll still survive. Okay, now, please let this work. Consult the star charts. What is... I guess I'm going to get a second Consult the Star Charts. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm going to play the land, so Consult the Star Charts will be at 7. Now, okay. I'm going to play this. Not pay the kicker, so that way I still have 4. Finally, here's 1. Jeez. That took forever. Okay, now I'm definitely... He has no mana, so I know he can't play any removal. And none of these cards have the ability to remove anything, so it's safe to play Kona. Now, my Planet Land, I will activate its Station ability, which allows me to tap a creature I control, obviously Kona. Now, that'll trigger. I may put a permanent from my hand onto the battlefield. Obviously, Omniscience. Okay, Now, everything is now 0 to play. Finally. Okay. Now, let me think about this for a second. I'm first going to play Corroding Dragonstorm. My opponent will lose 2 life, I'll gain 2. And I'll Surveil 2. I don't need that. I don't need any lands anymore. Okay. Now, I'm going to play my first Marang. He'll bounce back. These will, the Rolling Dragonstorm, when the dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. Same with the Corroding Dragonstorm. They'll return automatically, so I can bounce 2 of my opponent's cards back to their hand. I'll choose both their fear of missing outs. And these 2 will come back. Now I can just go ahead and play it again. Corroding Dragonstorm, opponent loses 2, and I can Surveil 2. I don't need that. I don't need the land. I do need my second Marang though. So, Rolling Dragonstorm. Discard a card. I don't need the land. I'm going to stock up now. Yes, here's my second Marang. And also, I guess I'll take the other Dragonstorm now. Okay. So now here's what's going to happen. I'm going to play my second Marang. And I'm going to bounce my original one back. And I guess I'll bounce their Mako back. And my Dragonstorm cards will come back on their own. And now I'll just play them again. Corroding Dragonstorm does 2. I don't need that. I don't need that. Yeah, he went ahead and quit. So that's how you do this combo. So basically, yeah, I was just going to play my second Marang, bounce the original one back. Also, my Corroding Dragonstorm will come back. And then I'll play Corroding Dragonstorm again. Does 2 damage to my opponent. I heal 2 life. Then I'll play my second Marang, bounce the original one back. I'll also get the Dragonstorm back and just repeat that cycle. So that's how this combo works. Omniscience Standard Best of 1, Round 2. We go first. This is not a good hand, unfortunately. I mean, 2 starting towns, so we'll have removal, but... Man, I don't know. This is... I hate having the mulligan, because what if it's just as bad? At least I have guaranteed 2 removals, and I have, you know, an Omniscience, and like, one of... You know, I'm going to go ahead and keep it. This is a very risky hand, so let's see if we can, you know, still defeat our opponent despite it being bad. Or a terrible hand, I should say. Okay, so starting town, 3 Omniscience. I only need 1, but so I'll definitely use them as the cost to pay for Bitter Triumph. So I'm trying to Deep Cavern Bat. So he's allowed to exile a card from my hand, but like, it doesn't matter. Like, even if we choose a Bitter Triumph, I have the second one to just remove that. And then get the original Bitter Triumph back to my hand. So yeah, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to discard one of my... yeah, auto pay. And I'm going to discard one of my Omnisciences. Get this back. See, this is the issue. Now I can't play stock up. That would have been perfect to play this turn. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and remove that now. I'm just going to pay the 3 life. So yeah, like Deep Cavern Bat's ability will trigger, but like nothing's gonna happen because I already removed it. Okay, Multiversal Passage. Yeah, I'm gonna pay the 2 life so it enters. Now I'm gonna play Stock Up now. Okay. Kona. I still need a way to tap him. Also keep in mind my opponent does have a swamp deck. I can almost guarantee he has some kind of removal. So... This is a tough one. Do I get the 4th land? Yeah, I'm just going to get the other land. And hopefully our opponent plays something that taps all their mana, so I don't have to worry about removal next turn. Okay. This issue... If an opponent would lose life during your turn, they lose twice that much life instead. Okay, well... I'm definitely going to play the Corroding Dragonstorm. Draw. I don't need... I only need 1 Omniscience, so I'll discard that one. And I have Unsummon to protect me till next turn. So let's see what our opponent plays. Next turn I'll definitely be able to play Kona. It's just I hope I draw a planet land. Like that's what I need so I can tap him, play Omniscience, and then I can play Consult the Star Charts and Marang's Omen ability to start drawing and get this combo going. You choose an artifact from exile. Ooh, he's obviously going to choose Kona. Well... He might choose Marang. We'll see. One thing I have noticed playing this deck is for some reason it's always extremely difficult to draw into Kona. Like, I don't know why. Like, I'll draw Marang or I'll draw, like, Omniscience. For whatever reason, Kona's, like, super difficult to draw. As you saw in the previous match. Oh, yeah, he got rid of Marang. Interesting. Exiles a card from the hand. Okay. I'm guess I'm gonna choose Unsummon. He only has 2 cards left. So yeah, this will do 4 damage instead of 2. Okay. 4, 5. Now, if I can survive this turn, you know, I'll play Consult the Star Charts, and hopefully I'll get a planet land and something to draw, like the Speed Demon. Okay, so all his mana is tapped, so... Okay, so he'll do 4 damage, because this does double the damage. At the beginning of your end step, you draw X cards, where X is your life. Okay, so he's what, gonna draw 2 cards as a result of Speed Demon's ability, and lose 2 life. Okay. Before he passes to my turn, now I'm gonna play Consult the Star Charts, and the Kicker. Okay. Let's see. Yes, here is a planet land I desperately need, and Stock Up. These are the 2 cards that might save me. Let's see if it works. I'm definitely playing the planet land, and now I'm playing Kona. All his lands are tapped, so I know he can't like play removal. Planet land station ability. We'll tap Kona. Now I can place a permanent from my hand. Obviously Omniscience I'm choosing. Now, Stock Up. Gonna play this, look the top 5. Probably Rolling Dragonstorm and Bitter Triumph. Okay, so now I'm gonna play Rolling Dragonstorm. Discard a card. I don't need my land, so I'm discarding that. Gonna play my 3rd Rolling Dragonstorm. Discard this land, don't need it. Stock up. Okay. Marang and Corroding Dragonstorm. Okay. Now, I'm gonna play, well, let me get Corroding Dragonstorm out first. My opponent will lose 2 life. I'll gain 2. I don't need Multiversal Passage. I do like Consult the Star Charts, though. I'll keep that on top for now. Now get Marang out. All of my Dragonstorms will bounce back to hand, and I'm going to bounce both his Speed Demon and Bloodletter back to his hand. Not that it really matters, but just because. So now I can play all my Dragonstorms again. I'll first play the Corroding Dragonstorm. Opponent will lose 2 life. I'll gain 2. I don't need the Snakeskin Veil. I'll keep Consult the Star Charts there. Rolling Dragonstorm. Draw 2. I'll discard Bitter Triumph. I want to keep Unsummoned just in case I need to bounce Marang back to my hand. That's the main reason why I have this, as opposed to Into the Flood Maw, because Into the Flood Maw only bounces our opponent's creatures back to hand, but Unsummon, it can be either mine or my opponent's. Okay, so let's see. Let's do Stock Up. Here's my 2nd Marang, yes. And I guess I'll take Unsummon. Okay. So now we have 2 Marangs and the Dragonstorm. So this is how we can do the combo. Play Marang. All my Dragonstorms will bounce back to hand, and with Marang I can bounce my original Marang back to hand. Okay, now play Corroding Dragonstorm. Opponent will lose 2 life. I'll gain 2. Then I'll play Marang, bounce the original back, also regaining my original Corroding Dragonstorm. So see how this combo works? Omniscience Standard, best of 1, round number 3. We get to go first. 3 Gene Pollinators, a Planet Land. Interesting. I'm going to keep it just because I know I can block with some of my Gene Pollinators, and hopefully I'll draw like into something. Our opponent looks like they mulliganed, so they must not have liked their opening hand. Okay, so I'm going to begin off with the planet, since it has to enter tapped, and I need that on the field so I can tap Kona. Although I could use a Gene Pollinator to tap Kona as well. Tap an untap permanent you control. Add a mana of any color. Okay, so... I guess, you know, I'll pay the 2 life. And I'll just play 2 Gene Pollinators. So, white and red. He's probably playing some type of... oh, I was going to say Boros deck, but now there's some black in there too. So he's not attacking. Okay, so... I'll play my other planet lands. I'll play my 3rd Gene Pollinator. Just so I can build some type of wall and hope I can draw something like a stock up next turn. Oh, what is this? Waiting for server. Okay. Play. It just like randomly exited me out of the match. Yeah, this is the person I was playing against. Like, why did it do that? Okay, like everything's fine. Next. Did anything happen? I thought Wizards of the Coast was trying to rig the game against me or something. You know what? I might... The station... Yeah, I don't need to use the station abilities of any of the planets. Like, I only need to use it just so I can tap Kona, so... I'm just going to pass to my opponent. I still have Unsummon in hand, just in case my opponent plays something drastic. What is... Like, I passed to my opponent. What's going on? Is this thing like lagging or something? This is getting boring. Oh, okay, he's deciding whether or not to play Cathar Commando. Flash. Sacrifice this creature, destroy target artifact or enchantment. That would really suck if I get Omniscience out and he uses this ability to destroy that enchantment. I'll have to remember that. So, like, obviously, I would need to, like, unsummon that back to their hand before I do the Coma Omniscience combo, just because I want to make sure that's not on the field no matter what. So, Cecil the Dark Knight's his next move. Hopefully he swings with the Commando, that way I can block it with any of my Gene Pollinators just so I can hurry and get that off the field. Because this is a threat. I've never seen... I don't think I've seen anyone even use this card before. Cathar Commando 2, Flash. Yeah, I don't think I remember anyone actually using this card, huh? Okay, so he's playing the Ox. Attacks while saddled, put a +1/+1. So saddled basically means you have to tap a creature you control, and then this one's saddle ability triggers. Which its ability is, when this creature attacks while saddled, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Okay, so basically, he taps a creature he controls, and he gets to put a +1/+1 counter on one of his creatures. Okay. Okay, so... No, I'm gonna save Unsummon still. Okay, jeez, why... Yeah, this is not good. Like, I guess I will just pass to my opponent. Yeah, no attacks. I'm going to keep this wall up. If he attacks with a Commando, I'll block it so I can get rid of it. If he attacks with Cecil, I'll just let it go through because if he does 2 damage, he loses the same amount of life as well until he reaches 10 life, and then it transforms over to Cecil Redeemed Paladin. Okay, so he's saddling... He saddled Zach. Okay. And now he's attacking with it, so that means he's allowed to put a counter on one of his creatures. He's choosing Cecil. Okay, that's fine. I'm definitely blocking the Commando. He must not realize I'm playing an Omniscience deck. Otherwise, he would definitely keep that card out and play. Yeah, I'm just going to let all the others go through. The Ox and then Cecil. Because Cecil's also going to do 3 damage to him. So yeah, he's 18. He'll go to 15. Okay. I got rid of the commando. Great. That was like the only thing like risking me pulling off this combo. Assuming I can actually draw the cards I need. I'm 10 cards in, and it's like... I definitely should have mulliganed that hand. That... I don't know what I was thinking. Alicia, first strike. Okay. When it attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Okay. Okay, so that's why he did it. So you can bring it back with this card as long as its mana value's less than or equal to Alicia's power. So yeah, he's bringing that one back. Okay, that's fine. What is going... See, like, I think because I won, you know, a bunch in a row, now Wizards of the Coast is rigging this against me. I guess I'll play this one, the Palace. Yeah, I'm drawing nothing but lands. Like, I can't... Like, doesn't see... He only has one card in hand. Well, now I have two after he draws, but yeah, I might not be able to win this one as a result. Especially if I draw another land next turn, then, like, I'm just gonna quit. Like, there's nothing really I can do if Wizards of the Coast decides to, you know, have one of their programmers go into the code and just adjust it so that all of my lands are directly on top of my deck. You know, there's nothing really much I can do about that, unfortunately. But I've shown you the combo, how it works. It's a very effective combo. It's not a perfect deck, obviously, but let me see. Sheltered by Ghosts. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just bounce that back to hand now. So he's playing the Zealots, sacrifice another creature, artifact, surveil 1. So he's saddling. I'll block that. I'll let the rest go through. Oh, look at this. This nothing but planet lands. Like, no, look at this. So I'm at 40. Let's do some math. There's 23 lands in this deck. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so you see how statistically this is like. I mean, I guess it's possible, but like I said, it's when you start winning a bunch of matches in a row. Like, I've noticed the odds just all of a sudden just magically turn against me. Like, that's Wizards of the Coast for you. Well, that was it for the demonstration of the Omniscience deck in the standard format, best of one. I showed you how the combo works. Basically, you want to get 1 Corroding Dragonstorm and basically 2 Marang. And then you basically... Once you play your second Marang, bounce the original Marang back to your hand. The Corroding Dragonstorm will just automatically bounce back to your hand. Also your Roiling Dragonstorms if you have them out. And you can just replay those to draw more cards. Play Corroding Dragonstorm again, do 2 damage to your opponent. Play Marang, bounce the original one back. Bounce the Dragonstorms back and just repeat the cycle. Ways to improve this deck. Well, if in the third match, we drew nothing but lands, so maybe less lands, but there's 23 of them, so it seems like a decent amount. I could downsize that more, but keep in mind we need like at least 4 mana in order to get Kona out. Plus, you definitely need a bunch of the planet lands, because you want to make sure that you can tap Kona the same turn it comes out. Also, like a field wipe might be a good way to, you know, stall our opponent, assuming you might play against a mono red aggro type deck. Also, ways to search Kona. One good card is this one right here, the Sarima. When the Sarima enters, search your library for a legendary creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle. This is a good way to search for Kona because it's a legendary creature, obviously. This is a white cost, so maybe if you can switch out... well, you need to keep at least the Corroding Dragonstorm in here so you can get the combo going. So maybe keep that one here for the splash of black, and maybe switch out like the Bitter Triumph for Get Lost, which is another removal spell for 2 mana. Destroy either a target creature, planeswalker, or enchantment. So a lot of diversity there. And then you can play this vehicle. This vehicle also has the ability to tap Kona the same turn Kona enters. So that's another method that you can tap Kona, as well as searching it out. So definitely easier than just relying on, draw cards like Stock Up and Consult the Star Charts and just praying that a Kona is in there. Yeah, so if you have any suggestions, ways you can improve this deck, feel free to leave it in the comments. I thank you very much for tuning in and hope you have a good day.